Hi, and welcome to stage 4 of my little flight across America and across the Atlantic from Seattle over to Goose Bay and then across the Atlantic into the UK in my little Diamond DA62. This leg is going to be from Saskatoon to Winnipeg. It's a flight of around 400 nautical miles, just under 400 nautical miles, I think. It's going to take about 2.5 hours. So whenever I get up to cruising altitude, I'm going to use some time compression, so that it doesn't take 2.5 hours. Hopefully take that down to about an hour. Okay, I've got a couple of passengers on this flight. So I'm flying for FSEconomy. So I've actually got a couple of passengers. So I'm actually making some money on this one. Let's get going. Let's get this door closed initially. Passengers have just loaded. So what I want to do is I want to start the engines. I'll put in my flight plan. I'm going to spin 180 degrees and follow this out. I think it's Charlie, then Alpha, right to the very end, and then take off on 09. Zoom in my little nav map so trace where I am. There we go. Okay, let's get this started. It should be done in cross feed. Takeoff trim is set. Turn on the masters. Oh, no, too early. Electrics on first. Position strobe. Fuel pump. Check clear. Clear prop. Nope, that didn't work. Ooh, master switch should be up, not down. Okay. It was already on. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I just wanted just over 1,000 RPM, so that looks good. Avionics on. Take it out of crossfeed. Okay. I did program this in and then restarted the flight. I thought this would have went away, but it looks okay. So Saskatoon to YBR to Winnipeg with this approach. Didn't like the approach, so I have taken a couple of steps out of it. In fact, I probably will come in and just BFR round in anyway. I mightn't even use the approach. Okay, that's okay. My flight is loaded in FSEconomy. We want our flaps down one step. So I want to do a left hand 180 turn, taxi lights on. Perfect. I'm going to follow this yellow line then. Let's get out in front of this lorry before he flattens me because they don't stop. Once I get onto the straight, I'll have a quick check of everything. So we're just a little over, I'll bring back the RPM slightly. Yeah, but there sounds better. I'll turn on the pitot heat at the end of the taxiway. Flaps are down to takeoff. Fuel is out of crossfeed. Takeoff trim is set. I want to set my altitude to 7,000 feet. I want an initial climb of 500 feet per minute. We will be taking off on, so let's do a heading hold. Yaw damper on. I think it's okay for takeoff. So I'll do a heading of the runway initially. Then I'll go to nav once I'm clear of the runway, or clear of the airport. Okay, headphones are on. Sunglasses on. I could take one of these earlier taxiways, but I'll go right to the end. But you know, so I'm not. I'm going to go up this runway. This is runway 33. I'm going to go up here and then do a right-hand turn into 09. I really don't need that runway length. So while we're traveling up here, let's turn the landing light on, get the pitot heat on. Okay, so this is us just coming up on 09. And that's quite a sharp turn, so I'm just going to do a rolling takeoff from here. 80% power should be enough. 90% power, sorry. $89, close enough. 60 knots, 70 knots. Stall line. So V1, rotate. Positive rate gear travels. Nose over a little bit. Here is up. I'm at only 300 feet. I'm gonna manually fly this out a bit longer. Flaps up. And the landing light out. Manually swing around on the course. Now that we're up this far, let's put it onto GPS and almost 1,000 feet, so we'll turn on autopilot. I'm going to do a flight level change and to hold it at 100. No, 90. Let's do 95 knots. Tried 110 last time, and I think it was too high a speed, so I'll do 95. Let's do a flyby. So we're climbing it nicely. It's amazing the distance we've been flying over, and this is all just agricultural area, all squared off. This is all human owned, planted, farmed. Hundreds of miles of it. What would this have been before man turned up the whole forest? So 12 minutes, well, about 4 minutes on time acceleration until YBR. Look at this, all just big rectangles. Are these actually owned by people, or are these just square roads going out through everything? It seems massive overkill to have so many roads. This isn't farmland. I'm gonna have to go and do some research about this area. I really didn't think so much of Canada was farmland. But it was still mostly wild. Anyway, we're approaching YBR. At YBR, we're going to hang a left. I'm going to go into the approach and drop down to 3,000 feet. This doesn't seem right. I'm not going to drop down to 3,000 feet for a long time, actually. How do you set the top descent? "10 nautical miles, that can't be right." So I want to basically go straight to Misib. I'll do the turn. And these all look like tracks, so these are definitely farmed fields. Oh, clouds there. Oh, I need to drop out of time acceleration and go back in again just to stabilize the autopilot. Now, I want to activate straight to Misib. I'll turn a little bit. Ah, there we go, that's better. 110 nautical miles. So top of descent in, don't really want to do a 6 degree. 3,000 feet per minute. No, thank you. How do I... Not like that. How do I get down to... Remember how to change... Oh, hold on, maybe... Here we go. 3 degrees is better. 1,000 feet per minute. 24 minutes. That's a better descent. Yep, top descent. That's better. Starting to get a bit of snow. Some patches of forest. Sydney. I'm rightly chugging through my fuel, but I think it should be okay. It's 25 minutes. I think it should be okay. I've still got my auxiliary tanks like empty, so I've still got plenty. If it gets down to 5 gallons, I'll maybe empty the auxiliaries. Yeah, look at out here, just all square fields. I really thought this area of Canada was all just forest. Amazing how much has been deforested just to put farms on. It's amazing how big the farms are as well. So temps are good. Engine's good. And yeah, I'm gonna top descent fly in. Yeah, that looks good. Didn't like the approach and things that sim brief gave me this time. It seemed to be bringing me up to can't see my mouse. It's bringing me up to, well, basically this circle. Flying in a big loop around into here and then down the runway, and I had to do a 180-degree turn back up again and again. Just wasn't right at all. CYWG. Atlanta has lost the flight plan. Oh well. Connected again. Okay, 25 miles from the airport. Quite a tight turn, but it should be fine. Now what I could do is check the Winnipeg 125-800, 125-800.
Departing runway 36. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. No significant cloud. Temperature 29. Dew point 18. Altimeter 2993. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Bravo.
2993. Now, top descent, I'm going to disengage the time compression. Right, close enough. Now, let's see if I can do my VNAV. This has never worked in the Diamond before. Okay, it worked that time. Pull the power back to 60%. Nope, 50. Yep, 50 will do. Holding speed. So let's see, I need to go down to 3,000 and then 27, so I need to be above. Okay, let's just see what the VNAV does for me. So we're 3 minutes out. Zoom my little nav map in. Track where I am. A little bit off course, but it's okay. Nope, I'm not, because I decided to take a different route than what I'd plugged into the nav map. That's okay. I'm not going to use the ILS. Well, I might, but the frequency is 110.3. So nav 110.3. Is that it? I'm going to come in, land in this runway. So I need to land and hook a right into the terminal buildings. Okay. Okay, let's bring that down to about 30%. Scrub some speed off. This was supposed to be a VFR flight, but using the instruments. So Winnipeg looks quite big. Okay, we're coming up to a big turn. I've let off quite a bit of speed. Let's go up to about 30. Let's go 40%. Oh, it's climbing 35. That looks a bit more stable. We'll bleed off a little bit of speed, turn, and then I'll drop the flaps. Okay, we're close to the airport. Let's get the lights on. Flaps can go down at 136. Okay, we can put flaps down to any time now. Finish the turn though. Oh, it's automatically clicked on the localizer. Okay, clicking down the flaps, I can see the airport. I'm going to crank up the speed to 50. Oh, let's go 60%, see what happens. On the localizer, let's do an approach. I have just broken it. Is it going to turn in? I don't think it is. I've missed the glide slope. Let's see if I can drop and meet the glide slope. Get the gear on. Landing gear at, yeah, 162, that's okay. I think I've captured the glide slope again. Oh, nope. What happened there? Okay, we're on the glide slope now. It was supposed to be a VFR landing, but hey, this is more fun. So let's see, I'm going to land and see if I can get stopped in time for this taxiway. If not, I'm going to carry on to the runway, hook around to the right, into the terminal buildings here. Might be some private ones off to the left. No, I'm going to go into the big terminal. Okay, flap start again. Put up the speed slightly.
400.
Okay, so I want to take off the autopilot on the yaw damper.
300.
Go back the speed slightly. More than slightly.
200. 100.
Way off the center line, but that's fine. Bit of a bounce. Oh, oh, terrible landing. How many times did it bounce? Don't think I'm going to get stopped for that turn off. Oh, might. That was not a good landing, but sure. Right, flaps up. Pitot heats could come off. This one looks like smaller planes down there. Yeah, let's go down there. So I'm going to do right here and then left. And round the far side of this PC-12. Wow, they're bigger than I thought. Just here will do. And welcome to Winnipeg. Okay. Join me next time where we will be going to Thunder Bay. Winnipeg to Thunder Bay. Okay, that's all for this time. Thanks for watching. Bye.